Sorry about that. That was Alexa with my alarm. Oh, look at the deer in the distance. Wow, look at that forest. Amazing. It is a beautiful map. Wow, so there's some trees ready cut in there, I can see. Not that I should be... forestry is one of those few things I do as out of bounds, except for chopping the odd tree limb down or moving a tree that's in the way, unless it was like the lone oak type tree. It's funny, I was passing some fields earlier in the day, and I was looking out across fields, and there were at least a couple of fields I passed where they did have trees, real big oaks. It is quite nice when farmers do appreciate something like a big oak, and it literally, both of them had an island in the middle of the field, and it was just respected and left in its place where it had been for hundreds of years. I think it is nice that farmers do that. Some, of course, there are always some farmers who aren't, or well, like in every job, there's never always a good thing in any job, or always a bad in every job, is it? It's just, it is what it is. But I think the job of being a farmer is more respectful than most of nature, although of course I'm quite sure there are some who are farmers who are just in it for the money, as in bigger farms. Of course there's a lot of farmers who are in it for more love than anything. Now then, right, what is that? I know it's not a toy, I'm just thinking, what is it? Right, see if I can remember the key configuration. Wow. What is that? Wow, 11,300. That is right weird. Oh, it's part of the pump sort of thing. Very strange looking. Wow, that is phenomenal. Wow, so that means... Now then, transport position, lower, that's it does it itself, doesn't it? Wow, that is amazing. All those bales then are ours. Fantastic. That is good news. We could just think about, if we've got 17 bales and we've got 12 there. No, it's more than our max amount, isn't it? So let's grab them. Let's get it done. Oh, can we now though? No, because we've not... Ah, we can, yes. We've not finished the contract. As long as we do that, we can still earn the money as if it's silage. If we ended the contract now, then they would not be fermented, would they? I think. That's just pointing out to look at these. Because they're not really fermented, are they? And yet we're being treated as though they are. Which is... yeah, so that the contract could complete, which is quite amazing. But now it's finished. Does that... No, I've delivered before on contracts like that, so thinking about that, there's going to be some of those animals on in that row of houses in the village. There's going to have to be, obviously, since we've seen them in that house, then now we know that they are... Wow, we know they're going to be in those, or not know, but suspect heavily, I think is the right way to think about it. Yes, so I would think £1 to a penny there will be some in these gardens. But I'm not going to do it all in one day. Never have. That we're going to have looks in other days Oh, a bird song, beautiful. We'll have a look at different areas, different times, and I've got to hope that I remember where I've been and where I haven't, which, with my memory, don't fancy my chances. Right. I think I want a quick look at the... Oh, here's the Carbon Lodge. Wow, that is just for that alone is worth... I would love to go into cows. Truthfully would. In fact, quite early on. That was my normal pattern in FS19, so I'm not sure whether we'll try and save up for that first. And then just crack on with our present solution of trying to do our bales. I think we might do that. That is our last cut for this year, though, I would imagine. I'm seriously not sure, though, whether the field is a proper field of grass and whether... Obviously, Calmsden's only been out for a couple of days, so there's always going to be issues with a map, even just if it's a certain field, and it would be, of course, Murphy's Law that I'd pick a field that's got the problems, because that's just the nature of the beast. Yeah, because I did have field 27 and I had no issues with workers on that. Or did I do it all? No, I did it all myself thinking about it. It was a proper field, but I literally did all the work myself just to test to see whether I could do it. Not on this Let's Play, on my sort of test run through, you could say. Just a bit of a sort of mini recce. Or am I being a bit too ambitious trying to go for cows that early on? That's my point. Can I afford to feed them? Well, I've got grass. But yeah, we're gonna have to think about that. I would like to. I'm not sort of right operating position. I remembered that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, 14. I missed that one in the corner. Yeah, 14. I think. That's brilliant. Because this time of year, I think, if I remember, what is the price for silage at the minute? Bearing in mind it'll treat it as silage, even though technically it isn't. We're going to All Spheres, which is actually the best price at the minute. Let's knock the time down because we're going to be going into dark times, and I don't really want to be dragging everybody through that, really. Last run. And the bale contract itself. It has been a massive session. I've literally been on this hours. I started about 6ish, it's now 8:15. And a lot of it's been running around. The actual contract itself didn't take too long. There's a bit of faffing around to do, but it didn't take too long. But I think it's how far the sell point is away. Especially with having slower tractors and some nasty hills on the way. So, I mean, I did waste a few minutes running around as well, so I can't say it's all down to that, but just think, from this contract, from this set alone, we've had the equivalent set, money as if we had just, in fact more. Our first sale was 13 bales. Right, let's just check this. I don't like to get this wrong. Right, last set. Let's take these off and that will be it. We'll cash in the contract and No, we won't actually. We won't look for any more contracts, not tonight, because it really would be... Yeah. There's no way I would take another contract on now, is my point. Yeah, let's do a bit of in-cab. Well, it is still wandering, just as much as the cadaver of the road looking at the road. It does tilt in somewhat. I suppose when you consider the weight of what you're carrying around, I suppose it would do that. I've enjoyed it. It is tough though, I must admit. It's been a tough session, but just look at that. We've not even cashed in the contract and we're at 45 grand. Not bad when you consider we were on... I think the lowest I saw it today was about 10 grand when we'd got those huge wages costs going out. Did have quite a heavy wage bill today, obviously because there was a lot of work being done by workers. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be... There is. I can see one from here. I'm not going to get it, but I can see it. So I know for a fact there's some more toys in this set. Oh, dear. Dog. Yes, I shall have to seriously think. I would love to, though. I've not actually done animals. I've done a test thing with a few horses, but it's not a proper let's play. It was just a little tiny touch of horses just to see. I would like to do that. It always was my go-to. Oh wow, look at that mirror. It's got that weird thing with the mirror. Yes, I always used to do horses. They were my go-to, what used to bring in all my money, and I've not done it since FS19 because when you were on seasons the horse helper mod didn't work, and I didn't want to be just riding horses all day, especially when you're creating content as well. Really didn't. I just thought that was silly, so I just left horses alone, and I think I pretty much did cows. Never had much success with chickens. They always seem to take forever to start. You can have them for about a year sometimes and get very little from them, and then all of a sudden they can seriously start to do okay. But cows I usually do, because even if the cows themselves, as you're sort of waiting for them to produce milk for that year in seasons, I don't know if it's the same on this, or whether you get them milking straight away, I'm not sure, but on FS19 you always had that year to wait before they produce milk, or 6 months, not really a year, but it was still a long time. But I used to have cows also on maps where manure sold well, at the biogas plants, and then of course you've got digestate, which I used to sell at the slurry yard, which I think Missy B is releasing it. I've looked on her Facebook page and it does say it's releasing that. Also the Fed GT is also being released in January, according to, I can't remember who the modder is, but it looks like they've really improved it as well. Graphically it's so much more. The only thing I'm a bit worried about, it was a fantastic mod and it was very reasonable. It was my go-to. It looks like they've kept most of the things that I used to love it for, so that's the main thing I'm interested in. And if it's reasonably priced, I will go for it anyway because of its versatility, not just because it was cheap. And I always said that I would actually go for it. It was a bit slower than obviously I would have liked, but I could put up with that because of how versatile it was. It was such a fantastic machine, and I always thought it did punch above its horsepower. Definitely, not massively. It was not something you would use to do. Wow. It's not something you would have used to do massive jobs, but for fertilising and things like that, it was brilliant. And even a bit of spraying, it could cope with that as well. Right, there we go. Let's cash in that contract. Finally. Wow, 55 grand without even taking that. That is amazing. Wow, 76,813. Absolutely amazing. Well, we're not going to spend just for the sake of it. We're going to think about investing. It's just in what? Whether that's fields or whatever. Because we could obviously buy more grass fields. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is there's a lot of very hilly places. I'd love to go to Casa Point. Let's have a quick look. Doesn't really matter where we park, does it? In fact, I could be clever here. I could send a worker. Could send the Zeta into our field, and we could jump into that while we're talking. Ooh, we need to move that, otherwise the Zeta's definitely going nowhere. Right. Let's repair this little lot. I want to get into good habits of repairing straight away. Don't want to be excellent. Smashing. Now then, yeah, we have. We've done the Anderson. We did that a few minutes ago, didn't we? Because the Zeta was getting a bit weak. Right. Okay then. So let's have a look at how much manure sells for on this. How do you do that? How does that work on this? Digestate. There's no sell point. Straw diesel. Okay, so that's completely changed. Wow, the penny never dropped with that at all. That was something that was no longer a thing. Oh, it is. What am I talking about? Ooh, wow. Buying 35. That's shocking. Used to make an absolute fortune on that. Okay. Where have you gone? You look like you've gone past. What on earth were you doing? Wow, this is not the easiest of things to back up. Now, I clearly said in that field, so why on earth was it trying to do that? Anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, so manure's definitely not going to earn us a fortune in this at all. Does it still? And that's the point. That's completely changed such a lot, the model. So yeah. Right, needs lime, needs ploughing. So that's business ideas. Well, not obviously. I'm still interested in doing cows, most definitely, but I'm not sure how lucrative they are. Not sure whether to begin with. Wow, field 25. How much is that? Oh my life, 772. Oh wow. Yeah, 32. That's where that house is. 11. That's tinsy though. 27, mind you, it's no smaller than 27. Some of these though, they will spill the bale straight into the water. That's an absolute nightmare. Seriously, still think that one, which has got a grass field as well, for 96,000 plus the carbon, is what we should be doing. Have I? Yeah, we have got absolutely no loan whatsoever. Right, let's just check as well. You never know if there's any more things come through in the afternoon. Well, we've lost one. We've lost my favourite, the powerhouse. Which I can't believe that was almost the same as that, and that was an 1100. That was an amazing price for the 1100 Vario. Right. Wow. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to sleep till morning because there's nothing we can do, and at least we can see what contracts we'll probably pick for next time. We'll do 9 o'clock. It is dark still at 8. snow. Let's have a look. That should be about 50% through. Oh no, sorry, the week 30% through. Okay, interesting. So that's sometimes a growth wave comes halfway through. Wow, that made it even tougher to do that. Used to be able to find the hidden spots in the ground where the tree trunks were. Oh, like that. Wow, that was well random. Wow, almost like it's just not seeing it at all. Don't want to be chopping the big ones though, not really. It's these little ones that stick out in the field that were... Nope. Nope. I don't want to get sidetracked either. It is the end of the play session, so... Ooh, what have I done there? What on earth? Why is the wood showing there like that? Okay. We should forget about that. Let's have a look at my favourite time of the day. 77,140. So we got a bit of a tick up off our things. That's very good value. But we have no fields to harvest. That would be brilliant. Unfortunately, we can't grow grapes on this country. So... absolutely nothing of interest to us at all. Okay, well, let's do another sleep. Oh no, I've been silly. There shouldn't be many contracts available in winter, although that doesn't mean that there aren't. Yeah, there aren't. Right, okay, let's just get through. It would be nice to see, to start the new year where we're actually beginning to get into, say, February, March. So little we can do even in our own fields, especially if it's snowing. Yeah, the only thing we could do is actually fertilise. Now, how are we doing? I'm not going to do anything. 63, so probably the end of the day. Oh, seriously. Right, okay. Ooh, snow is coming. It's doing the growth wave of snow. Yep, there we go. Snow has arrived. Right. I would imagine, yeah, same. Right, we're going to do sleep through till February. There's nothing we can do. I'm not going to do anything. This is me winding down for the session, but I'm just getting it to the point where we can start work again next play session, whether that's contracts or whether that's our own taking that. They should be ready now, the bales. Ooh, later on today anyway. Let's have a look. Wow, 175 horsepower, 44 grand. We're eventually going to need one of those. 18.5 meters. I can actually get a really good modded one, actually cheaper than that. That's tempting. But we've already got little tractors. I think if anything, if I was going to be tempted by a tractor, it would have to be going higher. I think let's have a look if there are any contracts coming through. Sowing, we've got no means of sowing. Oh my life. Cotton? In Britain? Seriously? Field 30. Let's have a look at field 30. So that would be for 35 grand. That's going to be an awful lot of seeds, but I'm thinking if we lease it, what field was it again? 30. That one at the bottom. Is that right? I'm tempted because I would just literally get a worker, and it is fairly square. I am actually tempted to accept, but borrow. Ooh, for a challenger. Go on, we're going to do it. Not now, but yes, we certainly will. Hang on a minute. Oh, I thought I saw the plough then, and I thought, what? that was a scary moment. Right, let's just quickly go to the store and literally prep that for next time. I'm not doing anything though other than just literally filling that with oh dear, we have a slight problem. Let's see if we can correct that. See if it'll let me grab it. Yeah, we have a slight mishap. Let's try. Let's try and push it like that. A bit rough and ready, but sometimes it's about where you hit it. Physics. An amazing thing. Let's fill this. Definitely going to need more than this amount though, so I'm trying to think of how we can assist. Yeah, we want cotton, which is very strange that this map is allowing me to do that. And that is where we're going to leave it. So we've got a monster contract. Trying to think how we're going to take some seeds down to field 30. Oh wow, so actually we can cut across that field where we know there's a gate, run down there, run across there, down there. Oh wow, yeah, otherwise you'd be going all that way around there. And then reach 30 near where the biogas plant is. That would work nicely. But I'd imagine we're going to have to fill that 3 or 4 times to do that monster field. That, even though it's a lot, I can't remember how much ratio of seed there is for cotton, even though technically I'm not really sure we should be doing that. But seriously, it's not that far to run from ours, but we do need some sort of container to... pallets. Fillable pallets, of course. No, there's those pallets, aren't there? I'm being silly, of course. Yes. How much can you put? 2,000 litres. Now that we could do. Right, yes, that is a plan. So if we grab the Zeta with the front loader, come and grab that, and can we lift that? No. Wow, surely you'd be able to lift an empty pallet. Surely, I understand when it's full. It's a box. Whoa. Yep, that's a little bit naughty. Okay, let's pull that. Okay. Right, brilliant. Okay, so we'll fill that with 2 tons of seeds. Run that across to field 30 while that's busy, and maybe a second set, because it's not going to hurt. We're going to need it at some point, even if we run that across. I could imagine there's at least 2 lots of those, I would have thought. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. Anyway, enough. I am waffling because I am tired. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to continue with us on this journey. We are making really absolutely amazed by how well we are doing, if I'm honest. 77,000. I never thought we'd be I thought we'd be scratching in the dirt, to be honest, to begin with, whereas actually we're not doing badly. So this contract, I'm only just going to keep feeding it and letting a worker do it is the plan. I'm hoping to goodness that the worker can manage to do that. I would imagine should, especially with the shape of the field is one of the best type of fields. In fact, looking at the map, I would say it probably is the very best shaped field on the entire map. 25 is not bad, 13 not awful. I suppose 9 and 5 aren't terrible, but with them being the cross-cut ones, 1 is not bad, but I don't know what on earth that massive gash across there is. Yeah, 17's not bad, but it's weird edges. So I imagine that's going to give the workers quite a run for their money. Likewise 16 with that curvy edge is a little bit... So actually, if I'm totally honest, 30 is definitely what I would class the perfect field. But of course, it doesn't show the contours. It could be a terribly, terribly hilly... In fact, you know something? Mind you, to be honest, we've been there. And the ground doesn't look awful. Let's have a look. Seriously, have I let myself in for the worst field on the map or something silly like that? Okay, so we need to run round. Yes, let's have a quick look. I just want to hope that I've not made that feeling in the pit of your stomach where you think, have I just committed a seriously silly thing? It might look a pretty shape, but is it one of the worst contours on the map? Is it really hilly? Because that looks like the brow of a hill to me. Oh my life, I know it's a monster. I can cope with the monster, it's just, what's the terrain like? Oh, okay. No, not really. It's not perfectly flat, but it's certainly not awful. For that Challenger, I'm quite sure that is going to be quite nice, so yes. Let's go the right way. Right, so, and that is where we're going to leave it, in the middle of this field. So next time we shall be getting cracking with this, and I'm quite looking forward to that. I'm not sure whether I'll do a headland, or whether... Actually, I think we're going to employ courseplay. We'll make it do one massive round of the field, and then we'll get it literally going up and down, proper lines. And that is what we'll do. So, anyway, without any further ado, I am going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to continue with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.